Yeah, a lot of things. All right, it's 12 o'clock. Let's call the Economic Development Authority regular meeting for November 20.
Can you get back to her spot, maybe?
No. 21st, 2023.
You want to say that again? I just turned on the recorder.
I had it. It's 12 o'clock. Let's call the Economic Development Authority regular meeting for November 21st, 2023. Please call roll.
Larson.
Here.
Blair.
Here.
Blair. Grinde.
Here.
Hecht.
Here.
Horken.
Here.
Helms.
Here.
All right. Approval of minutes for October 10th, 2023 regular meeting.
I'll move. Second.
Favor?
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Thank you. Bills and communication. Review of accounts payable October 17th, 2023 and November 7th, 2023. Do we have any questions on that? Comments, concerns? Approval of accounts payable for November 21st, 2023.
I'll move. Second.
Please call roll.
Larson.
Yes.
Blair.
Yes.
Grinde.
Yes.
Hecht.
Yes.
Horken.
Yes.
Helms.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. Reports, delinquency update.
All accounts are current.
Excellent. Director's report for October 2023.
Do you have any questions? It's in the packet.
Questions for Paul? Financial reports for September of 2023 and October 2023.
Thank you. September and October were sent to you for each account. There was just normal activity like usual. And then in the packet is the cash balances. And of course, the EDA is in the hole because of the transfer done for the actual amount. So that's part of the general fund in the general fund budget. The only thing I want to show you attention to is the down payment assistant fund, which is Fund 633. And that is used to, if you look under the credit this period, it's $26,100 in September. And that was to pay down 3 lots. Since it was approved that every lot would be the price would be written down to $8,700, and that $8,700 would come out of the down payment assistant program. So we have to actually, for accounting purposes, we have to really write a physical check because of accounting rules for transfers in, transfers out. So to account for it, we actually write a check to ourselves, and then that money gets dispersed between the lot sale, the retail price of the lot, and the specials tied to that lot. Otherwise, are there any questions?
Any questions for Carla? No? Thank you, Carla.
Thank you.
Unfinished business? Nothing? New business? New Americans Integration Center update for EDA.
Abdi is here to bring us up to date. And please, thank you, Ben.
Hi everyone, my name is Abdursak Duale. If you want it short, you can call me Abdi, it's okay. And also I have my friend Ayub, he is our program coordinator and also he's UND student. We work together and we have other staffs. The reason we come here today is to give you the more information why we are here and what we do. New American Integration Center, we created back to 2019. Since we see the more new Americans, they come in Greater Grand Forks, especially East Grand Forks, Polk County area. And last 10 years, our community, they come in from different cities or different states, or some of them, they come in as a refugee here. And that's why we see the need of the community for that time to do the integration and also to help with the newcomers come in the area. And what we are doing is the welcoming the community in the area. When the new people, they come area, they need welcoming. They want to know where the school district, where is the city, county, social service, other programs. We give them the direction where they go, the new families when they come to the area. And also what we do is if they need food, we have the halal food program. And also we have an education service. We have connection and collaboration with Northland Community College. They have program they call Adult Learning Program. They teach the adult people English ESL program, and we send the people over there because they have facility and the teacher is over there. And also the newcomers, when they come to the area, they need how they can get the job. We have a lot of companies in Grand Forks, Simplot, Allen, and Philadelphia, and different companies. And also here, the East Grand Forks, we have sugar company. And we connected the community, everyone to get the job. Some agencies like Grand Forks and Job Service, and also People Ready and other agencies, they facilitate the easy way the people they can get the job, because some of them they don't speak English well, you know. And we encourage everyone to get the job when he come here. And also housing assistance. When they come here, some families, they need to get Section 8 here, and we connected the Section 8 program, and we help them with the translation and transportation. And also if they want to rent the apartments, we have different apartments in the area, like Brownwood and other apartments in the East Grand Forks. And what we do is social service programs. We have collaboration with Polk County Social Service Office, and some people, when they wanted to get assistance for social service programs, we connected them. And also what we do, youth programs, family programs. Some of them, if they come here as a refugee and they finish 5 years, because they come here legally, the U.S. government, they bring the people here as a refugee from different countries. And when they finish 5 years, they already become U.S. citizen, and we facilitate for them the way they can come legally U.S. citizen. Our region here, the Northwest Minnesota area, East Grand Forks people, usually they go interview for Duluth area, his office over there. And also if they don't have sometimes, you know, too easy to, because you have to know the 100 questions in the interview. The officer is asking you the 100 questions, maybe 6 or 10, you know, but you have to prepare all the 100 questions related to the U.S. government or the, and because they take the classes, they prepare themselves to answer the questions. And also some of them, if they need legal services. Also, some of them, when they come here, they need to get the driver license or permit. That's what we do usually. And also we have a emergency shelter program. Like we have right now 8 rooms. we don't have family space, but individual people, when they come and they don't have space, they stay. Some of them, they come in with no money, no pocket money, no transportation. We help them the place they can stay at least 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, until they get the job, get the check, and they can rent apartments. That's what we do. And the challenges we have here is Grand Forks is lack of housing. We don't have enough apartments here because of some families, they have 10 children, or 7 or 5, you know. And what we have here is a 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, and the family, they come in separate, you know. 2 rooms, 3 rooms, separate, you know. The families, they become separate. And some families, they're moving out the lack of housing, the Moorhead or St. Cloud or Wilmer or other areas, you know, they can get, you know, because right now the Moorhead, they understand the new Americans, they need at least 5-bedroom, 4-bedroom, and we wanted to do also here, you know, because we love our community to stay here, to help the community, to pay the taxi, and also some of them, they work the adult cares, and some of them, they work the place, the senior, you can take care, you know, senior people, like home cares, you know, and they love to stay here. It's a good place for East Grand Forks. And the challenges we have also, the transportation. Some of them, when they come here and they don't have transportation, if they are working the Simplot or Allen or Philadelphia or other companies, they don't have the transportation, you know. The bus only is going one line, you know. And that's the challenges we have. And also we need to create more welcoming for the community. Last year, since the pandemic, we lost more people, more community who move out the city because the challenges they are facing here. We lost almost, I can say, the 200 families here. They come in and they go in because they love here to stay. It's more snow, but they love to stay, but the challenges they are facing. But I think if we work together as if we get the help before the city and the county and everyone and stakeholders, we can do better, like Moorhead, St. Cloud, and Wilmer, what they are doing. And we need your support, and you can support any programming we have here, and we are looking the city to support us. Thank you.
Thank you. I've got a question for you. You said that Moorhead and St. Cloud and those areas are doing a lot more to help support. Is that through housing or transportation, or what exactly are you seeing in those communities that you're not here?
I think the Moorhead, like St. Cloud, and last 15 years, the new Americans, they come in and they understand the need of the immigrants and the new Americans, like the housing. Some of them become right now homeowner. Some of them, they get in the 5-bedroom. And also, some offices, if you go to the school district, you will see people who's working over there. If you go to the city, the county, you know, it's more integration. That's what they do. And I see right now the Moorhead is growing. Moorhead also is doing something the St. Cloud is doing.
Sure.
Yeah. Final question.
Any questions?
Yeah, I would just add, and a big thank you to Abdi. He gave me a tour of the New Americans Integration Center a few weeks ago. It's really wonderful, the work that they're doing over there. You can tell they're putting a lot of heart and a lot of hard work into this. All these difficult problems that people have when they come into this country with the complicated paperwork, transportation, everything that you mentioned, getting the kids in school and housing. It's a very challenging process, and I just want to say thank you for everything that you do for the people coming into East Grand Forks, and looking to continue working closely with you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Strategy Summit recap.
On October 26th, over 30 people, about half of them from the business community directly, got together and discussed the economic development strategy. Talked about some of the recent successes and some of the key challenges. Successes include things like the flood protection system, the quick creation of a COVID relief program, including loans that were at low interest and with deferred interest as well, and deferred payments, establishing downtown as a regional magnet, creating and operating many locally owned and unique businesses. We've had several businesses that have done expansions. You've done some loans for some of those businesses. Administration of the housing lot development program. We're down with less than 20 lots still available for sale on the city-owned lots. We've shared infrastructure with Grand Forks and creating a safe community that does a good job delivering basic services. Some of the challenges include things like lack of land for manufacturing or light industrial, shortage of commercial real estate for new business opportunities, lack of built spaces for new businesses, need for more housing, particularly starter homes and workforce housing. You just heard Abdi, what he was talking about because of the large size of the families is they'd like to have the access to some larger apartments, some 3 and 4 and 5 bedroom apartments, and those are not commonplace, okay? An unfriendly business climate in the state of Minnesota, and the perception of a lack of the inner city bridge that's hampering development. Talked about the role of the EDA. The most important goal is improving our community by working on housing, child care, quality of place, and other community development issues. It's the most important goal for the city. And talked about the way forward, and I have been sitting down with Mark Schill from Praxis, and we will be putting together some themes that go across, that go through all of the areas of activity, and buckets of work activity for us to accomplish over the coming years. So, do you have any questions or thoughts?
Was there anything interesting brought up on how to fix any of these?
That's part, yes. Identifying some of the things that was talking about increased marketing efforts, and that would go across City Hall. It wouldn't just be the EDA. It was focusing on what the priorities are. And that's what Mark and I are working on, is to identify those buckets and the priorities so that we can focus our efforts and our resources in those areas. And the next item on the agenda is related. It's some items that Barry and the Chamber have identified that we can work together on to accomplish some of those things as well that will benefit specifically East Grand Forks.
Is there anything immediate that we could come up with? I mean, especially for the people who think that the local economy is getting worse.
Well,
I'm just bothered by how I didn't think it was. I mean, that's 21%.
the difficulty is we don't do a lot of celebrating of all of the success stories that we've had. Instead, we hear about the things that aren't successful, and those are things that remind us to be humble and to work harder.
So that goes back to the marketing then.
It goes back
It's
to
showing
some
the
degree to
successes
marketing.
that we have.
And that's today's media, too.
Well, no, and I get that part, but I guess I wasn't expecting. That was the first thing I saw when I was looking through this the other day, was how high that was. Because I feel like there's been a lot of good things that have happened.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
I think that was just the climate as of like today, and the uncertainty in the next year or two, I think, is what it came from. I think the question was more geared to the future, not even, like right now, kind of. The rest of you that were there can kind of speak to that, but.
And it wasn't necessarily local. It was a lot, and because there was some discussion on that, there was a lot of discussion about national issues and how it will affect us. Okay, so there's a lot of concern, but it's not necessarily totally with regard to East Grand Forks.
Okay. So some of it's out of our hands then?
Yeah.
Okay.
But what it means is that we have to work on our own strategy to be successful here regardless of what happens around us.
Oh, I understand. That makes a lot more sense. But what you said earlier, I mean, that's one of the things that, yeah, people don't know about all the good things that we do end up doing, and it's not publicized. It's just usually the bad stuff.
We just
So,
do.
Yeah.
You know, it's like one shoe company says, just do it. We do it and make sure that things get accomplished and get done.
Right. Okay.
Paul, a question on the next steps here. You know, I see that the framework will be developed into these 4 buckets, more or less. Do you intend to hold more focused town halls on each one of these buckets, or what's the plan for continuing to get feedback from the business and the population, I guess?
That's something Mark and I are working on right now about once we put together some ideas, that will help to determine what will be the best way to get additional input. There will be we anticipate at least one more meeting similar to what we had. It probably won't last all afternoon like this one did, but it'll be another meeting of this nature to have at least all the participants who were here for this come back and talk about it, make sure we're headed in the right direction, and then to talk with other groups as we can. The problem is we have a lot of local businesses that it's hard to get away for a time. So it's going to be talking with groups and persons and doing what we can, and some of it may be through social media and some of it may be through email contacts as opposed to having big meetings too.
Thank you.
So we'll look for different strategies for sharing information. I anticipate that we will have something back for discussion sometime after the first of the year, probably in January or February, and more likely February.
Okay.
Okay?
Do you envision like a technical component? And I'm speaking from like an engineering perspective. As we start to look at like the industrial part or the industrial park build out, where are we short? And then some high level planning and budgeting on utilities to help kickstart businesses, things of that nature.
We talked about 2 products. One would be a simple page, one-page thing that everybody can have and refer, and it'll give us the general guidance on where we're headed. The other is a technical support document that will talk about who has to do what, how we have to accomplish things, what it's going to cost. We have some costs, for example, on expanding industrial parks and some things like that. It'll be what do we have to do to create additional commercial property and where we're going to get resources for doing things like that. There was discussion at the meeting about the role of the EDA and retail. In some places, like the Economic Development Corporation across the river, focuses on primary businesses only, primary industries only, and they do not do retail. That's done by the city itself. We do it all. We don't separate, because we also have here, we have a couple of commercial retail establishments that have a lot of the functionality of a primary business because of where they attract their customers from. So we bring it together and try to be helpful to all areas of the economy.
Yeah. When we get to that technical discussion, I'm really hoping that we'll do this in a public manner. But as we start to talk about like water and natural gas, things of that nature, I really hope that there is interested parties out there listening, and they kind of come to the forefront. Like, well, if you guys had that there, then I would be interested in
Exactly.
this soybean crushing plant, for example. Things of that nature, where we have to identify where we're short to really kick off this development. And looking forward to that conversation. I think that's going to be really helpful for the city.
We know, for example, that we have to deal with workforce issues. I mean, it's very obvious for years up here that we have to deal with workforce issues. Unlike most of Minnesota, we have to deal with issues of water supply. And you see that in particular across the river as they're looking to see if they can pull water from the Missouri River Basin and bring it into the Red River or the North Basin. So we're dealing with that type of issue. we'll have to deal with natural gas issues. Do we have enough natural gas to meet all the demands, particularly if coal is reduced in its utility or usability in Minnesota? So what do we do for those issues? Those are all things that we have to look at, and how do we accomplish those things? Okay?
Thank you for putting this together. I thought it was a really good meeting. A little tense at times, but that's how we grow, right?
Well, it's good to have different ideas and have people discussing different things that are going on, because it helps us to grow.
Yeah, it was good.
I
Thank
agree.
you for all the help with that.
Other questions?
Anything else? Proposed chamber work program as related to the EDA.
Well, one of the things that came out of the meeting is a work plan from the chamber to identify a specific identity for 2024. And Barry, do you want to talk at all on this, or you want me to?
No, I think this just kind of flows into what you just covered on the summit. These are some of the nuggets that
Okay.
we kind of pulled out of that agenda.
So,
All I would say is I was really happy with the participation, during the course of the day. We had 40 people there. I mean, I had 1/5 of my chamber members on the east side in attendance at that meeting. I mean, that's a lot of people. I mean, I think you guys should be really happy with the attendance and the input you got that day. I thought it was really good.
and I had several apologies from people who couldn't make it because they got called away, they were scheduled to be out of town, or they got sick that day. And so they have all received this report as well,
Yeah.
the recap.
The only other thing I'd say is, you made the point about how tense it was at a couple points. And I think that was actually good, because I think some people got to say how they felt. And I think it was good that the community leaders were in that room and got to hear some of that, because I view that as an opportunity for our organization to grow and for this board and this organization to grow. So we kind of wrote some of those things that were more kind of contentious into our plan. So I think this actually will end up responding to some of those things in a proactive, solution-oriented way. And I mean, that's the way my board operates. That's the way this group operates. So it was a great meeting. Thank you guys for partnering with us on that.
Let me read through the items that Barry's identified. The Chamber and the EDA will work on ways to help East Grand Forks create a separate identity in 2024. The EDA and the Chamber will continue to meet on a regular basis and continue to do the annual Grow Minnesota visits. For anybody who doesn't know, the Grow Minnesota visits are a business visitation and retention program. The two organizations will work together to develop new ways to assist East Grand Forks businesses working with Minnesota Department of Employment and Economic Development, commonly called DEED. The two organizations will work together to align marketing focuses among the various groups marketing East Grand Forks in 2024. The two organizations will work together to help maintain a vibrant and thriving downtown entertainment district in East Grand Forks. The Chamber, Grand Forks EDC, East Grand Forks EDA, city administrators, and both mayors meet several times each year to talk about how the two communities can collaborate in the name of efficiency. So, does this sound good?
One more in the back.
Oh, did I miss one? Thank you. Thanks, Brian. I probably need to get new glasses. The Chamber and the EDA will partner on the possible sales tax vote in 2024. Okay? So,
And it's not really a possible, it's on the agenda for election, right, Reed? So we'll take any help we can get. Thank you, Barry.
I think Barry talked about the participation. That just shows the impetus that everyone has to get something done. And to do something. I mean, we've kind of been stuck, so to speak, with Industrial Park and other areas. I've been involved in that process, so.
one of the silent things, you and Daniel were talking about it, is people don't see how much the two cities work together and how much the Chamber works with both the EDC and the EDA to get things accomplished. And there's a lot of interaction among the the groups to get things accomplished and to move things forward on both sides of the river.
Yeah, and I mean, I could say that from experience because we spent, almost 2 years sitting on a committee doing a regional capture to better understand what the community was like, the region was like. And I mean, that was quite a bit of work that we put together. And
it's useful.
Yeah.
Useful information. And
It is.
It's available on the chamber website so that we have access to it. And it's very helpful.
Yeah, I mean, that was the kind of information, I mean, that helps Paul do his job. I mean, after that happened, he had several new businesses that ended up coming over to Eastside. So, I mean, it seemed like it was pretty fruitful working together on those type of committees, so.
And related is the Convention and Visitors Bureau, which serves both communities as well, and we work with them as well.
Yep.
I mean, there was a request to get some East Grand Forks information down at the Mall of America. So I talked with the director of the Convention and Visitors Bureau about doing it. There was a small fee. We covered the fee to get that. In fact, she covered the fee to get that down for us. And we got the information down. So, those are little things. When we're given some ideas too, we move forward and try to work together with the other partners in the area to get things accomplished.
I mean, just the other part is too, is it's nice having a point person to take care of that, so I appreciate that, Paul.
I was just going to make a comment in the Tribune just the last week or two. They talked about visitors to the state of Minnesota and visitors within the state of Minnesota. And in northwest Minnesota, they said downtown Bemidji, East Grand Forks, and Moorhead. So we did make the Tribune too, places to visit. So
Good.
Remember, the campground is a big asset for us.
Right, everybody,
Huge asset.
Bernie's has put us on the map too.
Bernie's.
Yeah. You know, they
Restaurant
take
Row
a
and
picture.
theater.
You know, if you ever watch a show, there's a picture of welcome to Minnesota, welcome to North Dakota, so they know where we're at.
Yep.
I'd also like to see this, two organizations working together to help maintain a vibrant and thriving, you got downtown. I'd like to see you include north and east also. It seems like everybody talks that once you get past City Hall, it doesn't matter anymore. And for the people who are out there on 220 North and out on Business 2 and out this way, there's probably more businesses out there than there is downtown. Well, I know there is, okay? And it just seems like out there everybody feels like they just get thrown off to the side because it's always downtown. Let's include the whole city. I mean, they'd like to have thriving and vibrant businesses out there too,
We would too. Okay.
So let's include the whole city into that. They're not just downtown. I get tired of hearing that. That's all I ever hear is our downtown, If it wasn't for 220 North and Business 2 and out that way, East Grand Forks probably wouldn't have a downtown either. So I think they're pretty important people too.
Any other thoughts or comments on either of the last two topics? And then what we get to at this time of the year is our meeting calendar for next year. I talked with Ron. One of the things that, rather than jumping around which Tuesday of the month it is, I suggested, I asked Ron, will the fourth Tuesday of the month work? And Ron said yes, he can make that work, which is, I'm really grateful for that and really appreciative of that. So I put a calendar together that shows meetings on the fourth Tuesday, but there is one thing I want you to think about. I moved the meeting in December from Christmas Eve to December 17th, but with the Thanksgiving and Christmas holidays, would you rather have the meeting something like December 10th for both November and December?
Yes.
And have a combined meeting? And I can revise this calendar to do that. Just, if that's the amendment you'd like, just tell me, that'll be the calendar that we'll
I'd like to
publish.
see it,
Yep.
I would too.
Sounds good.
because it gets so crazy.
I think if it got to the point where there was something really, really important that we had to do, we could always
We can meet.
get together and work on
Absolutely.
it, but if we just set it up that way, like.
Then what I'll do, I need you to adopt the calendar, having a combined November, December meeting and on December 10th. And I will enter the date for the deadline. I think it's going to be November 30th, but I have to check that to be sure.
I'll make a motion to adopt the calendar with the addition of a November, December combined meeting on December 10th.
Second.
You get that?
I did.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, same sign? All right, now I know the end here. Motion to adjourn.
Move.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Stumpy?
Oh, I got nothing else. I got nothing else.
Thank you.